They killed 241 Marines in Beirut. They killed and injured thousands of Americans with their IEDs in Iraq and Afghanistan. They burn the American flag. They chant endlessly, "Death to America." Our enemy is your enemy. And by doing what we're doing, we're dealing with something that will threaten all of us sooner or later. Our victory will be your victory. How do we intend to achieve that victory? Well, we've already done great things. We've taken out their senior military leadership. We've taken out their senior technologists who are leading the race to build atomic weapons that would threaten us, but not only us. We've done all that and many other things. But we are also aware of the fact that there's more to be done. So we're preparing. We paved the way to Tehran, and our pilots over the skies of Tehran will deal blows to the Ayatollah regime that they cannot even imagine. And I can tell you this, we have indications.
Pay attention to this part now. Pay attention to this part now, to what he's saying right now. I heard this earlier and I thought, whoa, wait, what does that mean?
Have indications that senior leaders in Iran are already packing their bags. They sense what's coming.
Let's listen to that again. What does that mean?
That means replacing the regime.
Let's listen to it again.
We have indications that senior leaders in Iran are already packing their bags. They sense what's coming.
Now, here was the thing. As soon as I heard this, I thought, oh, okay, we got to talk about this, man. Because what he's saying here, now, what exactly is true and where they are running and what's happening, all of that aside, but just him saying this here points at something greater than just striking certain targets in Iran. Right? Him saying this, that there are indications that that leaders in the Islamic regime of Iran are already packing their bags to flee because they sense what is coming, indicates that that Israel does have it in their cards and in their plans to not only blow massive strikes to Iran's military facilities and nuclear facilities and other things. So not only to cripple the Islamic regime, but also to once and for all put an end to the Islamic regime by forcing the Islamic regime to disappear or to directly go in and overthrow the Islamic regime of Iran. And Israel is also very close to Reza Pahlavi, who is the son of the former Iranian Shah, the former Iranian monarch, the former Iranian king. And he has been forever advocating for Israel and other nations to help, and has been appealing to the Iranian people for the longest time to rise up against the Islamic regime and to establish a proper democracy where the Iranian people are no longer oppressed, where they can finally take matters into their own hands, where the Islamist regime, the Islamist death cult of Iran is finally gotten rid of. So that guy, the son of the Shah, is and the heir to the throne, whom some people want to install as monarch once again, but who himself says he doesn't want a monarchy, he wants democracy. He is very, very much close and in contact with Israel, also has been at Israeli organized events and all that. So when Netanyahu says this, it sounds like among the plans is not just the crippling of the Islamic regime of Iran, but also the targeting of Iran's regime in order to end them and to change Iran forever.
Yeah, I can see a couple possibilities. So they're fleeing because they know we're going to replace them, or they're fleeing because they know they're not safe there. Like, as we're kind of going down the list of people we're going to take out with airstrikes, these guys realize there's nowhere they can really run and hide unless they just get out of the entire country. Why? Because even if they have places they can run and hide, we obviously have spies there. Like, we obviously have spies who are following guys around. That's how they were able to take out a ton of people, a ton of specific individuals already. They know they're being watched. And so they're like, hey, we have to just completely get out of here. But also, I mean, seriously, seems like the most likely thing as far as why these dudes would want to flee is they understand if the Israeli Air Force is blowing up all these targets, if you get the uprising from the people, and Israel just blew up the only airport you could leave from, you're going to be trapped with these people. You're going to be trapped with a population that hates you and is not going to be nice after you like we're raping and killing their daughters and stuff like that for not wearing a hijab. They're not, if they get a hold of you, they're not going to treat you nicely. They're gonna torture the crap out of you before killing you. So these guys might just be, you know what? Sounds like they don't know what's going to happen, and they just realize we're better off outside of our own countries here. So we're going to run to where are they going to run? Either Russia, probably Russia. I would suspect they would run to Russia. But,
they would all run to Russia.
Yeah, they're going to run to Russia and hide in Russia, realizing that Iran is no longer safe for them. But keep in mind, man, if the remaining people from the regime all run to Russia, how long is that regime going to last in Iran?